Okay, this is a video of the house at 4484 Pine Ridge. I'm going to measure the logs to see if we need to replace them, if they're good. So I'm going to put my tape measure at 8 inches and measure the ones that look more narrow. So these are all over 8 inches on the end here. And a little more detail on the fire damage here. So as you see, some of these are charred on the very edge, and when I took the blaster to it, about a 1/4 inch came off. So if we're at 9.5 inches on these and 9 inches, and we take, let's say, total even 3/4 of an inch off, we should have 8 inches on all these. This is a close-up. I don't see any space between the logs. When they installed the logs, none of them were regular. They were all different sizes. They went anywhere from 8 inches to 10 inches. This is the front of the house. This is the existing deck. As you can see where the floor mat was, this is how the original deck looked. And if you see from the side here, you can see the charring is really minimal on the edge of the wood on the front here. Maybe 1/8 of an inch to 1/4. And then if you look at from inside the doorway this way, this was we did a little glass blast just on the end here. And so these logs here, if you measure them, are right at, let me see, right on the end there, about 8.25 inches on that one. This one here is only 7 inches. That's one of the smaller ones. So perhaps we'd have to replace anything less than 8 inches. That's a question. As we go up here, you see that one has not been blasted on the inside yet. So that one might be maybe 7.5. This one looks plenty big there. That's an oversized log. So again, some of these logs might need to be replaced. This is again from the side of on the charring on the inside. So I'll just kind of give you an idea here. This was where a wall, this right here is where a wall was before. So there was a partition coming at a 90-degree angle out of here. And then you see these pins that are in here. And then in some of these walls here, there's a pin you can see inside here. But you don't see any sunlight coming in. There's another pin inside there. So I'm not sure if that's an issue. Here's a better view of the windows. So we need new wood frames around the windows. And this is the area this is what it looked like before the glass blaster on here. So this is before blasted, and then I'm going to go back over here and show the difference after. And that was it's about a 1/4 inch of to a 1/2 inch of charcoal, depending on where we're blasting. For instance, this one here is half an inch, or 1/4 inch. Be between a 1/4 and a 1/2 inch, and that's probably one of the deepest spots. So again, there's this is where it's maybe only 1/8 of an inch of the charcoal on the end. A lot of this wood was not, was in a, and then this of course fell down. That was a separate, like a fascia board. And the same thing here. So if we go in from the side and take a look, maybe on this side a 1/4 inch. But I don't know about these pins. It looks like these pins are very close to the outside here. If I measure where the pin is there, it looks like if we remove that charcoal, it'd be maybe only 1/2 inch in. I'm not sure how they place those pins, if they're just on the inside edge like that, or if they're all the way through. And then of course we have some good wood. So you can see the difference between the good wood and the bad, and how deep this goes here. So we have between a 1/4 and 1/2 inch again of charcoal on the end. And going around more on the inside, and looking at the top again. And here's the corners. And this is all the same too. So this is again toward the bottom, because of course you're getting more heat toward the top. So this is in pretty good shape. And as you get higher, you got maybe an 1/8 of an inch of charcoal. And then up here, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And I'll measure the logs on this side too. There's the electrical along the bottom. The plugs here. So the plugs were all along the bottom here. And this is the area here where the side of the house where the fire was on. So again, you see the pin here, and this is going to be deeper. The deepest part for the wood damage is on this side of the house. So I didn't blast any of this side yet. But if you look from the side here, I'd say that's a good inch that would come off on this side. So maybe the wood on this side of the house would all have to be replaced. Because it looks like we lost a good here. When you see the difference here, good 2.5 inches there of charcoal. There's the plumbing coming in from the floor. And then as we get away from that area we just looked at maybe is maybe 6 feet. And then we get back here to a lesser burned portion. And there's some more electrical. You see how they ran the wire through the wood. And then it would come up through the top. So that's the existing wire that's left there. And then now showing from the side again. So this is the back of the house that got the worst of the fire damage. And on this side here, it looks like they put a wall on the inside and put split boards on here. And this is, you can see this is, once we blast that, it'll only be 7 inches on this side. But they got this wall, this wood here in the middle. So I'm not quite sure what that's all about. And this header looks pretty shot to me. And then this is just a little alcove here. And then going outside, again, you see the difference in the wood down there. There's no damage in an area. And as you come closer here, it's just surface. This side's just surface charcoal, maybe a 1/4 inch on this side. But you see how uneven the logs are. Even the ones that didn't have any fire damage are all uneven over there. And then we go to this side. And this side is also about a 1/4 inch on the outside damage. And on the inside is maybe an 1/8 inch on the inside. You see this one here only has minimal surface charcoal, but it's more as you get higher, so I would say up to 1/2 inch as you get toward the top. And you can see the difference as I go on the side here. So that is a 1/4 to 1/2 inch. So again, if we have to have 8 inches on the wood, and we take the charcoal off, we're right at 8 inches, between 7.5 and 8 inches on most of this wood. So if there is a 8 inch minimum, then that's not good. But if it's 8 inch, and then someone mentioned about 5%, you can have 5% damage. I'm not sure what that relates to, because here's another good area of wood. And then again, you see, it's about, again, this was a hotter side, so I see it's maybe 1/2 inch. And then here's more plumbing coming in. So I was told that the fire was originated in this area right here. It was an electrical fire. And the rest of this is quite minimal until you get to this side facing, I guess it'd be facing the south. But as you look from the side, you see where that charcoal's coming off there. Again, it's an 1/8, probably 1/8 to 1/4 inch. And again, as you get higher, You see more damage up there. As far as the concrete goes, I mean, it has a few cracks like all concrete has, but I don't see any major issues here.